Do you think Anne Boleyn ever imagined her daughter would rule a kingdom? Did she ever think that the little girl she feared she might lose would one day become England's greatest monarch? Did Anne know that the same court that plotted her death would bow before her child? The truth is, Anne Boleyn never lived long enough to see the miracle her suffering created. This isn't just royal history. This is the story of a mother who died thinking she had failed, and a daughter who rose from the ashes to change the destiny of a kingdom. When Anne Boleyn gave birth to Elizabeth in 1533, the palace fell silent. It was supposed to be a son. Henry VIII turned away in disappointment, and Anne felt the danger settling around her. In a world where a queen who failed to produce a male heir had no protection, Anne knew the clock had started ticking. Still, she held her newborn daughter close and whispered the kind of prayer only a terrified mother can whisper. "Elizabeth, forgive me if I cannot protect you." Anne had no idea that this tiny baby would one day rule longer, stronger, and wiser than any Tudor king. But the storm came quickly. By 1536, Anne's world collapsed. She was accused of crimes she never committed: adultery, treason, even witchcraft. A trial designed not to find the truth, but to destroy her. Henry, the man she had risked everything for, abandoned her without hesitation. Former friends turned into enemies, and the court that once praised her beauty and charm now whispered that she had caused her own downfall. On May 19, 1536, Anne walked to the scaffold. Her face was calm, but her heart was breaking. She wasn't afraid of death. She was afraid of leaving her daughter alone in a world that wanted the Boleyn name erased. Her final prayer wasn't for herself. It was for Elizabeth. Elizabeth was only 2 years old when her mother was executed. In one moment, she lost her mother, her title, and her place at court. She went from Princess of England to the king's bastard. She grew up hearing terrible things about Anne. She grew up wondering what kind of woman her mother truly was, and whether she had been loved. But Elizabeth also heard other stories. Stories of Anne's intelligence, her courage, her brilliance, her fire. And slowly, she carried that fire inside her. Years passed. Kings came and went. England changed and trembled. And then, in 1558, destiny called. Mary Tudor died, and Elizabeth walked back into the same palace where her mother had once cried, once prayed, once feared for her life. This time, everyone knelt. Not for Henry, not for the men who destroyed Anne, not for the nobles who mocked her. They knelt for Anne Boleyn's daughter. History whispered in that moment, "Anne, you did not fail. You created a queen." Anne rarely spoke of her mother in public. It was too dangerous, even for a queen. But in private, she kept Anne's portrait near her. She wore a coronation ring with her mother's image inside it. She filled her court with people who had once served Anne, honoring the woman she had barely known, yet deeply loved. Elizabeth's reign was her mother's silent victory. Her golden age was Anne's revenge against every lie told about her. Her strength was the proof that the child they tried to erase was born to rule. Anne Boleyn died thinking she had failed her daughter, but history reveals the truth. The woman they executed became the mother of a queen who would reign for 44 years, defeat empires, reshape religion, and lead England into one of its greatest eras. So I ask you again, do you think Anne ever imagined her daughter would rule a kingdom? No, but her daughter ruled the world she died trying to change.